Hey guys, I'm going on holiday. We're actually flying out the day this video goes up, so right now we will have landed in Ibiza and hopefully be enjoying the lovely sunshine. So I thought I would show you what I packed in my carry-on bag. So this is the bag that I got from Primark. This is my carry-on bag and I hauled this in my last source. If you want to check that out, I will leave that linked below. But I really like this because it has a zip closure, so I know all my stuff is going to be safe and secure. So inside this bag, I have quite a lot of stuff, but it's not kind of jam-packed. So first off, obviously very important, is my passport. I'm not going to be able to leave the country without that one, so that's just kind of tucked into one of the side pockets. In the other side pockets I also have a hand gel because, you know, you're in airports, you're on planes, all that kind of stuff, germs and everything, so I always like to have hand gel with me, like day to day anyway, but especially when you're kind of traveling and stuff, it just helps to stop you from getting ill. On the other side of the bag is a little zip pocket and I have all kinds of goodies in that pocket. So first off, I have a pack of polos because I just like sucking on polos or chewing gum when we're taking off to stop my ears from kind of bunging up. So I have those. I have a pen, which will come in handy for something else that you'll see in here. It's always just handy to have a pen with you anyway. I have some headphones if I want to listen to music or something whilst we're flying or travelling or driving or waiting around or whatever whilst we're in the airport. And I also have my phone charger with me just in case I need to charge it up. I have an iPhone and we all know how crap those batteries are and how quickly the battery drains, so I have my charger with me because I'll probably no doubt need that. And also in that pocket, it's not in there at the moment, but I will have my iPhone in there. And then also in that pocket I have some paracetamol because you never know when you're going to need painkillers. I always like to have that with me just in case. And then I also have some back rescue remedy chewing gum, which I like to have, like I said before, I like to have chewing gum for the takeoff just to stop my ears from kind of bunging up. But I like the rescue remedy ones because I suffer from anxiety and stress and I worry and I overthink all the time, and I'm actually a very nervous flyer. I don't like flying, which is strange because I've been on a lot of flights in my life. I've been lucky enough to have gone to some amazing places, but I've always not really enjoyed flying and kind of been a bit nervous of it. And about 4.5 years ago on a flight to Greece we had some really bad turbulence, and that's the part of the flight that I don't like, is the turbulence. And it was so bad and it really put me off flying, and it's taken me 4 or so years to kind of get my act together to actually book a holiday and take this flight. So fingers crossed it went fine and it's kind of hopefully put my fears at ease a little bit, but this is going to come in handy for just kind of chilling me out. I like the Rescue Remedy drops and I've been using them for the past year and a half maybe, and they work really well for me. So if you do suffer with anxiety, stress, anything like that, maybe give those a go because they worked so well for me from like the first time that I took them. They just worked and it just kind of calms me down a little bit, makes me not worry so much and makes me not stress and bring on panic attacks and that kind of thing. So I have those, and that's everything in the zip pocket. So now into what is in the main section of this bag. So I have my purse obviously with my ID and money and all that kind of stuff in there, which obviously I'm going to be needing. Also, speaking of anxiety and panic and everything, I've started taking calms pills, which I know this is a huge jar. I wish I had a smaller jar of these. I might see if there's something I can kind of decant these into, but I'm not sure if like security at the airport goes through my bag, if like an unmarked pot of random pills, if they might kind of pick that up and think they're drugs or something. I'm not sure, so I'm kind of keeping them in this for now, which I know is obviously a really large jar, but I kind of want to have these with me in case I need those for both the flight there and the flight back. And then some other pills that I've got with me. I know I'm like a pill junkie, I'm not really. I have these super lactase enzymes because I'm lactose intolerant, and obviously I want to have these on hand in case I can't find any food for me to eat that doesn't have lactose in it. I can just take one of these just before eating and I can eat whatever I want basically. So on to the rest of the stuff. I have a book, which this is I Heart Hollywood by Lindsay Kelk. It's the second book in the series, I believe, and I love this whole series and I always like to have a book to read. It's kind of, as soon as I get on the plane, it's kind of get buckled in, figure out like where exits are, where the toilets are, and then I'm straight nose in the book, just focused on what I'm reading and trying to forget the fact that I'm on a plane that's about to take off and could potentially have turbulence and I can't do anything about it, because I hate that. It's the not being in control part. I don't worry about the plane crashing or anything like that. It's just the turbulence that I don't like. And because when it happens, you can't stop it. There's nothing you can do about it. You can't, you know, tell the pilot to stop the plane and get out. So that's what I don't like. You don't know how long it's going to go on for, or if it's going to happen again. And I wasn't worrying about this flight or going on this holiday. I've kind of not really been thinking about it too much, but now that I've started to kind of get myself organised and start packing things, and it's kind of making me think about what am I going to need on the flight and once we first get there and all that kind of thing, I'm now starting to get a bit nervous about it. So yeah, if I'm a little bit scatterbrained in this video, I apologise for that, but that's why. It's just my nerves coming out. But yeah, I have a book and I just head down, nose in the book, try and focus on reading, and then we kind of take off, and as soon as we're up and we're kind of, I don't even know what you would call it. There is a word for it, like gliding or coasting, or, you know, like once you're at the top of where you're flying and you're kind of just going, I'm kind of okay. I'm still a bit nervous and I will probably be tense the entire flight, but then I kind of feel a bit more comfortable to relax a little bit, like it's all going smoothly, it's all okay, and I can kind of look out the windows and be fine. But for the majority of the flight I will have my nose buried in this book, and I'm gonna, hopefully I won't get through this book. There is only a 2.5 hour flight, so hopefully I won't kind of speed through this, but I'm hoping to have this to read for the flight there, and then I'll have something different for whilst I'm on holiday, and then I'll read the rest of this on the flight back, is my plan, but we'll see. I also have a Sudoku book, which I have done some of these, but this is a really great one because it's not just your standard Sudoku. They have a battleships version and a three-dimensional and a letter one, so there's all kind of different ones to, you know, if I get bored with reading or get tired of reading, I've got something else that I can do to take my mind off the fact that I'm flying, which is why I need the pen. And then I also have in here all of our travel documents in a little plastic wallet with a binder clip to hold everything in place so we don't lose anything. So that's obviously all of our travel stuff that we need for checking in, and we've hired a car as well, so it's kind of those documents as well, everything that we'll need for travelling there. And then the last thing that I have in here is a pair of shorts. These ones are from Forever 21, and the weather here in England has been getting quite cold recently, and I know the weather in Ibiza is currently around 27, or that's what it's saying is going to be for next week when we're there. So I'm thinking I'm probably going to fly out in jeans, a tank top and a cardigan, and then when we get there, if it is a bit too warm, I can take my jeans off and cardigan if I need to, and I can change into a pair of shorts just to stay cool whilst we're kind of travelling from the airport to the hotel. So that is everything that I'm packing in my carry-on bag. Hopefully I haven't forgotten anything. I was going to say, if you guys can think of anything that I've forgotten, then let me know, but by the time this video goes up I will have already flown out there, so it'll be a bit too late. But yeah, that's everything. So I hope you guys like this video. Make sure you give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you in my next video. Bye guys! So this is another spread, probably my second favourite spread that I've done. So it's pink with the gold accents. I've got a little bit of washi tape down here. Everything's kind of planned out a little bit more.